I'm here at IBM in South Bank, London with Tony Grout. Tony, at the Agile Business Conference on 10th of October, you will be telling us about the IBM Agile journey. Can you give us a preview of your session?
Of course. So what I'm going to be talking about as the co-chair of the Leadership Council across the whole of IBM is I'm going to be talking about the business reasons that IBM decided to make its move towards Agile. I'll be talking about the things that we've seen work as we've been working across the 25,000 people just in the software group part of IBM. I'll also be talking about the challenges we've faced and the challenges we've yet to face, and our thoughts about how other organisations might be able to learn from some of the challenges and successes we've had along the way.
What would you say the main challenges have been?
So in IBM, the culture of IBM has been interesting. It's been more around historically command and control type structures. So moving us to much more of a collaboration and community-based delivery models, and being able to make those trade-offs within that structure has been a challenge. I think the other thing is the limited resources we've had, given the scale of the organisation, to make the transition has been an interesting challenge for us to overcome. So I'd like to share some of those ways we've succeeded in that space.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is looking back at this lack of scaling. When we started, the ability to scale Agile wasn't clear. We had very little paths to follow. We were beating our own way, so we pretty much had to learn on our own. So again, that's been a challenge.
Okay. You have a very interesting job title. You're the worldwide co-chair of the IBM Agile Leadership Council. What does your role involve?
Well, the word council is a good word. We don't have any management authority to get anything done. So what we do is we're a group of enthusiastic evangelists who the organisation has said, can you please make sure that we don't go into entropy in our Agile journey? So my job is to go around the organisation enthusing from an executive level who make the business decisions all the way down to the practitioners about how we should maintain and continue on the journey. So it can involve anything from a teleconference around how to do better user stories, all the way up to how do we do Agile governance across a portfolio of products that we sell.
Okay. Lastly, Tony, where do you think Agile will be in 10 years from now?
It's a really interesting question. So I think the concept we have today of Agile, and I think I would define Agile as a direction as much as a set of practices. So if we start with that as a direction, I think we'll maintain the direction. I think the speed will even out as we all become used to the fact of Agile being the norm. I think what we'll see is we'll see that the concept of optimising larger communities and how we do that, and pulling in a lot more of the open source ways of working much more into the ways we work, will become more standard. I think the other thing that we'll see is this, as we move into scaling challenges, I think we'll see a lot more around things like product line engineering discipline come into the software world, and I think the Agile communities, as an Agile community, will have to face how we bring product line engineering thinking that the systems engineers have been using for a while into our ways of working, as we see software more as long-term assets rather than just short-term delivery models.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Tony. We'll look forward to seeing you in October.
Thanks very much.